Montgomery College is I am the Health Sciences Liaison Librarian and the Faculty Services Librarian. So I get to deal with faculty a lot in my day-to-day business. But when I started this program, I had 3 goals. 1, learn about the Library of Congress. 2, create something real and meaningful that would exist past the fellowship. And 3, share what I learned with the college community and beyond. Now, when I started, I had no idea what I was going to end up doing. But I wanted to keep these 3 goals in mind from the very start. So my first goal was to learn. And that started with the Summer Teacher Institute. Now, I had used the Library of Congress before I did the fellowship, but it was a very casual use. I had used one thing in the manuscripts room, came, left, gone. But I wanted to do more. And in the Summer Teacher Institute, we learned about so many different places here in the Library of Congress, the divisions, the reading rooms, all the materials, and it was a real eye-opener. So here's a picture that was taken during my week of the Summer Teacher Institute. We learned so much about primary sources. Now, I have a history background, so I'm pretty familiar with primary sources in general, but I got to learn a lot more. It was a great foundation. One of the best things I learned was about the World Digital Library. I thought this was so cool. And I actually used the information I learned in the Summer Teacher Institute about the World Digital Library to create a library display in our library. I also learned you can actually visit and interact with the rare books. You can actually touch them. And I thought that was really, really cool. I also learned that in the science, Connie Carter's cookies and cheese is amazing. So I know she's retired, but that was really, really, really great. During the program, we got to have site visits, and I learned so much about copyright. And I think so many people don't realize that copyright exists. It actually does, and it can hold things back from being out in the public. So why isn't everything digitized? Well, because of copyright for a lot of reasons. It's kind of the elephant in the room. Digital reference, though, is awesome. And in my day-to-day life, this is going to make such a big difference. And they're very, very helpful. I love the fact that y'all have a great website. Not only people say that, though, because it is a lot to learn about on the website. But you have so much available there. You have beautiful reading rooms. Every time I came over, I was just amazed to look at the architecture and the art, and I could spend hours just looking around. One thing that is so daunting about using the LOC is how is it organized? And one of the things I learned, it's all about the format, or about the language that's spoken. So got a lot of information there. My second goal was to create something real and meaningful. So what I did was I created a tutorial for the students of the college. It covers primary sources. Now, we have a lot of problems with students who come in and they need help because their professor has assigned them to use primary sources. They don't know what a primary source is. So I thought, well, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone and create a tutorial so that they can learn before they even get to that point. It allows for the end user to really think critically. So I'm not creating this about the right answer. I want them to actually engage with it and think about them. And I am using the digital sources from the Library of Congress and giving credit as well. So hopefully that'll help promote your resources as well. It also includes a follow-up quiz to test their understanding. So yes, there might be some right answers, but hopefully they'll learn it from the tutorial, think critically, and then give the right answers for the professor. So this is a partial screen capture from the tutorial. You can see I'm using a map of Montgomery County here, and below that is an interactive portion where they're going to engage with that source. Now my third goal was to share. So to do this, we're creating a research guide. This will be available to anyone on the internet, and it's going to cover primary sources, including the Library of Congress resources. So that's one way I'm going to share. The other way, workshops. These are going to be primarily for faculty and staff, but it'll help share what kind of resources are available and hopefully encourage faculty and staff at Montgomery College to use the Library of Congress, come visit it, learn how to use the primary sources, learn how to use the website better. And this is a quote from one of the workshops I gave. So hopefully we'll keep on working on that. I did learn some more lessons. This is a great place to come and visit. A lot of people feel overwhelmed, but if you can get past that, it's a wonderful place to come visit and research. You got to ask a librarian, though. every time we came to a room. Oh, and please, ask a librarian. Use the Ask a Librarian. Contact us. Call us. Some way, please ask a librarian. So that's definitely one thing I send off to people. Make sure you use that. Another lesson I learned, everything takes longer to finish than originally estimated. The more people involved, the longer it takes too. So I thought I was going to be done with that tutorial. It was going to be up. It won't be live until fall. But it's going to be live eventually, I promise. I need more time to spend here. I came here a lot with the fellowship, but one of the things that was frustrating for me was I didn't get a lot of personal time to spend with the collection. It was here, we're touring the rooms, we're learning about the collections, and then time's over, I gotta go home. I can't spend all my life here, and I really do want to come back and spend more time. So Tanner, please let me come back. The journey that I spent in this last year was very fulfilling, even if it was twisty. And what I mean by twisty is I wasn't sure where I was going to end up, and things changed along the way, and things that I learned made things that changed. But it was so worthwhile personally and fulfilling. Library of Congress staff, I cannot say highly enough, they are wonderful. Everyone we interacted with was patient and lovely, and I feel that they are lucky, even if there are problems, just to come in and be surrounded by these collections. I mean, the library that Jefferson built is just amazing. So that's what I learned. So next up, thank you so much.